Hello, my name is Martin Fahn, and I am a technical specialist with the IBM Spectrum Protect Plus technical team. In this video demonstration, we'll be talking about registration and backup of Microsoft Exchange servers, which SPP started supporting as of SPP version 10.1.3. So to get started, what we'll do is we'll launch into the SPP Web Interface and log in as our user ID. And from this web interface, the first thing that we're going to want to do is scan in and register that Microsoft Exchange server. To do so, I'll just go from the navigation tree under Manage Protection, Applications, Exchange, Backup. You'll see a button at the top of the left hand side of the screen where you can manage application servers and add an application server. To add an application server, what you'll need to do is provide us with a host name or IP address of that Exchange server, and then specify a user credential that has both permissions and privileges to the operating system as well as the Exchange database. In this case, I've already gone ahead and created an Exchange admin identity, so I can just select Use Existing User and select that Exchange admin identity. I can also define the maximum number of concurrent databases that can be backed up from this Exchange server at a time. Once configured, I can go ahead and click the Save button. Since I've already added this application server to my enterprise configuration, though, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out and show you that these two servers have already been indeed added. If I want to modify the host address or the user credential, I could just click on that edit button to edit these application server properties as well as the maximum number of concurrent databases. Now, immediately upon registration, what's going to happen is an inventory process is going to be run. And that inventory process is going to push out an SPP agent to that Exchange server, from which we can collect the metadata of the Exchange server properties, where the database is, where the logs are located, and bring that back into the SPP configuration. Alternatively, I can also run an inventory manually by clicking on the Actions menu and selecting Inventory. Now, for whatever reason that inventory process fails, I can go ahead and issue a test to make sure that I'm meeting the prerequisite requirements to push out that SPP agent, from ensuring that I can resolve the host name, ensuring that I have the necessary ports open. So this test could take a few minutes to complete here, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel this test. But once we have these servers inventoried, then they're going to appear in the next section under Exchange Backup. So you can see here the two instances that I have inventoried in Lab Exchange 171 and Lab Exchange 172. I can search for databases to back up from the list of cataloged instances that I have available. For example, I just searched on SPP. I can also search based off of the view, or filter based off the view, for standalone or clustered databases or databases running within database availability groups, or DAGs. We support a variety of architectures with Exchange. Alternatively, I can just simply drill down into my instances and select the mailbox database that I want to back up. And over here on the right hand side, it's going to tell me whether or not that database is eligible for log backup. If I want to do an incremental log backup and do a point in time restore for that Exchange database, I can do so. So by selecting the mailbox database that I want to back up, I can bind this to an SLA policy. Now remember, my SLA policy just defines the frequency and retention with which I am running this backup. I can also define within my SLA policy whether or not I want to replicate those snapshots to another vSnap server or offload those snapshots to Cloud Object Storage or Spectrum Protect. So in this case, I have my database, mailbox database, bound to two separate SLA policies, or I can select additional SLA policies listed here and click the Save button. Now, once saved, I can then go ahead and define options for that mailbox database or this backup policy. And one of these options is enabling that log backup that we had discussed previously. So I can trigger a log backup to trigger at a certain frequency I can also enable a maximum number of parallel streams per database. So if I want to take advantage of concurrency for a very large database, I can increase the maximum number of parallel streams from 1 per database to, let's say, 5, and click Save there. Once we have our mailbox database bound to an SLA policy, we can go ahead and trigger that SLA policy at the bottom of the screen here, where you can see that I have that mailbox database bound to both my silver and bronze policy. And I can track the running of that mailbox database through the job logs available within the SLA policy status. So I can filter for informational error message here, or I can simply kick off a backup job by triggering that SLA policy to start. This concludes the video demonstration of backup and registration of a Microsoft Exchange database. If you have any questions, please visit our website at www.ibm.com. Thank you.